Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. The Chinese government has condemned the mass resignation of most of Hong Kong's opposition from Parliament as an open challenge to its authority. Hong Kong's opposition lawmakers staged a final show of defiance in the legislature before resigning to protest the dismissal of 4 of their colleagues in what they see as another bid by Beijing to suppress democracy in the city. Many see Hong Kong's limited democracy as now being in its death throes, while the UK government has accused China of breaching its commitments to protect Hong Kong's autonomy. The former British colony became part of China in 1997, but was promised it could keep some of its unique freedoms for 50 years.
It is my unfortunate duty to report to this House our judgment that this decision breaches the legally binding Sino-British Joint Declaration. It breaches both China's commitment that Hong Kong will enjoy a high degree of autonomy and the right to freedom of speech guaranteed under paragraph 3 of the Declaration.
Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has announced the military has defeated local forces in the west side of TIGRAY state, accusing his foes of atrocities during a week of fighting. Ethiopia's state television broadcast footage of what it claimed to be Ethiopian National Defence Force commandos and soldiers in control of Humera Airport in the Tigray region. Airstrikes and ground combat have killed hundreds and sent refugees flooding into Sudan, stirred Ethiopia's ethnic divisions and raised questions over the credentials of Abiy, Africa's youngest leader who won a Nobel Peace Prize in 2019. The United Nations has warned that vital aid supplies to hundreds of thousands of people in northern Ethiopia are at risk because of the conflict, and food, fuel and other basic commodities are running low in the region. The UN is reportedly negotiating access to all the populations in need and has asked for humanitarian corridors to both the regional authorities and the national government in Addis Ababa, obtaining no response so far. Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara and a main opposition leader have promised to press ahead with talks to resolve a bitter standoff over the last election that sparked clashes in which 85 people died. Mr. Ouattara met former president and opposition candidate Henry Konan Bedi in Abidjan in a bid to calm tensions over the vote, which handed Ouattara a third term that his opponents say is illegal. In comments to journalists, both said the meeting had been an important first step towards a peaceful resolution to the crisis, but did not indicate that either side had made or was prepared to make any concessions. Torrential rains from Typhoon VAMCO have lashed provinces in the Philippines' main Luzon island, killing at least 2 people and paralyzing parts of the capital Manila. Aerial footage from the Philippine Coast Guard show widespread flooding across parts of Manila and thousands of buildings either fully or partially submerged, prompting residents to scramble on the rooftops awaiting rescue. Several roads were blocked by landslides and mud flows in the northern part, but the storm has now weakened after leaving the island and is heading towards Vietnam. And finally, an extremely rare purple-pink diamond mined in Russia, which the auction house Sotheby's described as a true wonder of nature, has sold for $26.6 million.
To you, Carolina, 21 million Swiss francs.
Sotheby's had estimated that the flawless oval gem, the spirit of the rose, could fetch a similar offer, and it was bought by a telephone bidder who chose to remain anonymous. The stone, weighing 14.83 carats, was the largest pink diamond with that colour grading to go on the block. Mined by Russia diamond producer Alrosa in July 2017, it was cut from the largest pink crystal ever found in the country. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.